What would happen if you put every D&D cliche into a bag of holding and then beat the crap out of it with a humor stick?
There's only one way to find out.
If you're looking for Dungeons & Dragons role-playing comedy podcast filled with music, sound effects, and terrible puns, look no further.
And that can mean only one thing.
A Fool's Quest.
This week on the Dungeon Masters Dojo.
Support the Dungeon Masters Dojo by heading over to Apple Podcasts and Podchaser and leave a review. Take the time to leave a comment as well. This helps make us more searchable to those listeners interested in content such as ours. But more importantly, we want to know how we are doing and what topics you would like to hear about.
Another way you can support the DMD is by buying the DMD a beer, so we can continue to deliver quality content to you, our listeners. This also helps us upgrade and replace equipment. Head over to buymeacoffee.com/thedmd and buy us a beer, or 3, or 5. Don't forget to say something nice or mean. We don't care. You're buying us a beer. Now on to this week's episode.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Dungeon Masters Dojo podcast. This is a show for game masters and players alike. We hope to bring you tips and tricks to elevate your game and develop the art of dungeon mastery. I'm your host, Louis Aponte, and these are your Dungeon Masters, Scott Labby and Bill Robotile. Let's enter the dojo and see what they have in store for us today. Hey Bill, hey Scott, how's it going?
Hey, Lou.
It is going great, and I'm going to tell you why it's going great.
Tell us.
It's a Fool's Quest this week. We're excited because this is one of our favorite podcasts, and it's also one of our live play staples. So go check them out if you haven't already. This podcast will have you laughing out loud, which will definitely get you weird looks on your commute. But who cares, right? You can find them over on Apple Podcasts as well as a host of other platforms. New episodes drop every Friday, and every episode is under 1 hour. So that's easy to digest, right? Who doesn't have an hour, right? You can find them over on Facebook at facebook.com/A Fool's Quest, on the web at www.afoolsquest.com. Guys, welcome to the dojo. We're happy to
Welcome,
have you.
everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you.
very much.
Hey,
Appreciate
good to be here.
So, why don't you introduce yourselves and the characters that you play?
I'm Mike, voice Malfader. It's a fallen Asmar Paladin Warlock.
Hi, hey guys, I'm Jess. I play Ada the Drow Rogue in Fool's Quest Villains, Season 3.
My name is Wesley. I go by William. I actually play two different characters in the campaign. First would be Ingvald Porter Altbeer in Season 1 and 2. Brewmaster Dwarf, so just a walking stereotype. And then I play MC Nasley, the Halfling Satyr Bard. It's just kind of an asshole.
From what I heard, yes, a little bit. But it's a good show, and everybody needs to tune in and give them a listen.
It's fun.
It is.
It's very, very, very fun.
It is. You can't deny that. I mean, they had me hooked since I found them out, and I was like, this is a group that takes D&D to another level, and it's a very fun level.
It certainly is, and I love all the characters, but I got to say, Malfader is probably my favorite. And it gives me a great sense of joy to see that we have the same barber and the same taste in facial hair and the same build. So
Yes.
I knew there was something behind it.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody's got a doppelganger.
Yes.
Yep.
Brothers,
Evil twin.
brothers of a orcish mother.
Well, why don't we start into how did Fool's Quest come to be? Why don't you give us a little bit of backstory on that?
Well, we were in a campaign playing a superhero game with a friend, and we just got talking in the parking lot after we finished up a session, and we were just running through a list of all those what ifs that every gamer group usually goes through. What if we tried this? What if we did this? And we said, what if we started a podcast and just see what would happen? And we got a couple of guys that said, sure, yeah, okay, I'm in. and we set up a couple things. Nico had all the recording stuff. He's been in a couple bands, and he's got a lot of the recording equipment already there. So we mic'd up the table, got together, played one night as a sound check, and we had so much fun.
That night.
Yeah. And we had so much fun just doing it. We're like, yeah, let's just run with it and see what happens. If people listen to us, great. If not, great. We're still having fun.
Well,
And
people are listening. I'll tell you that. It's a good show.
Great.
Happy accident.
Yeah.
Those are the best kind, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Everyone loves a happy ending.
Have you listened to the latest episode?
I think I'm not on the latest one. I'm the one on the one before this one.
Okay. Yeah, there's a joke there that you'll get. by the time this airs, you'll go, oh, I know what she was talking about there.
Yep.
It's never
a dull moment.
So, what sort of challenges do you guys find doing a live play podcast?
Scheduling.
Yeah.
Which is not apparent by this podcast. You guys were timely.
Well, that's
no
3
issues.
of us. There's 4 other people that could be here, 5 other people. So.
Oh no, yeah, and we understand that because we go through the same things from time to time.
There's just 3 of us.
Yeah.
That's always been a big factor in any of the tabletop games I've played, was just getting everybody together consistently to run a coherent and cohesive campaign. That's been a big challenge, but that's been the biggest challenge as far as that goes. The playing and gaming, that's all been second nature. We've all been doing it for years, just like you guys. And learning the ins and outs of post-production editing and getting it all put together in a podcast and doing all the things that we do to it, that's been a learning process. But it's been fun, a good learning experience.
Who's the lucky one that gets to do the editing?
That would be Nico and myself. We do a 2-phase system. Yeah, she's been behind the scenes since day one, and then jumped in as a player. Like I said, we mic the table, so there's several mics all over. Everybody has their own mic. We run multiple lines, record it all, and then Nico splices it all together, does volume tweaks, puts in the first wave of sound effects and a couple music pieces here and there as he sees fit. And then when he's happy with what he's done, he kicks it over to me, and then I go to town on the rest of it before it finally hits the server.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys sound pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
We're a bunch of idiots that have no idea what the hell we're doing, but we're making it work.
Yeah, well, I know I talked to Nico, I think maybe about a week or 2 ago, through on your Discord channel, and he was like, "Do we have to record on our end and email it to you?" I'm like, "That's something that's beyond me." I usually use this device and it does everything for me. So because we, like you guys, we're stumbling into this unknown realm, and we're slowly making our way through it. And I'm just trying to find the easiest way to do it. With these two, it's very hard.
Yeah. Well,
we don't make it easy for them.
And also, we're right here.
I am probably.
You can see me.
How long have you known me?
Too long.
That's always the
one of the
correct answer.
biggest editing problems for them, because I don't like to stay in the mic. I'm constantly moving away from it, and it's just, I don't like to have it right there in my face all the time. It just bugs me. I'd rather be doing something else. And so there have been times where I've had to re-record lines because they're like, didn't quite get that. So
yeah, Scott's our drifter.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he'll do it. We're gonna rename him Doppler.
Oh, yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, you guys sound really, really good. That's one of the better sounding podcasts that I've listened to.
Thank you.
No, it's well deserved. I mean, people need to understand that you guys really do a good job. Your homebrew world is, yes, while it's silly and it's all full of puns, I think that's what makes it enjoyable for me. I think everybody needs to understand that every game is a little different, and your game brings just a whole different aspect to it, and everybody needs to listen to it.
Yeah. Well, that was
what we think.
Yeah. That was the whole impetus of what we wanted to do. We were just having fun, and we just figured we would share it with whoever wanted to listen to it. We weren't caught up in trying to see how many numbers we could get as far as listeners, or how many different outlets we could reach, or any of that stuff. We were totally not worried about that at all.
Just
We
out
just
for
wanted to
fun.
focus on having fun, having a good time, and come what may, if it ever gets to a point where it's not fun anymore, then we'll probably stop, and do something different.
Yeah. I mean, we're still honestly not worried about how many people watch, just that if someone watches, they enjoy it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
It's playing D&D. D&D is not something you take seriously. You enjoy it and you
Yeah.
play, like you have fun.
Some people do. Some people do, though.
Yeah.
You take life too seriously, it's not fun.
Yeah. You always got that one guy in every group that's like, oh, that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, the rules lawyer.
Yeah, the rules lawyer.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
Rules
playing D&D
lawyer.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Your pretend make believe world is not right.
I'm always told I'm
Okay.
playing it wrong.
For different reasons.
I mean, I haven't played with you. You might be. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, but with all that said, when did you guys all start playing tabletop RPGs, and what drew you towards the hobby?
I'll let
I
you
got a
start,
nice,
Chip.
yeah, I've got a nice story for that. So, like Mike said, I've been here since the beginning. I've been behind the scenes. I didn't make my entrance until the 3rd season. That's because I watched the first 2 seasons be played by Nico, Malfader, IPA, and Michelangelo. And I just loved it. Listen to the stupid shit that comes out of their mouth for no reason, just because they can say it. It had me hooked. I was surprised that they were able to cut out the times that you can hear me cackle while I'm listening to them. It was quite entertaining. I was like, oh, fuck, I could do this. So, yeah. That's how I came to be.
Scooch over. I got a chair I'm sitting in.
Yep.
Yep. Give me a character sheet.
Yep. Yep. That was so exciting.
Yeah, that's how that was.
And this isn't my first campaign, but it's my first one that's been legitimately longer. Like I've played D&D a couple times. Started in like 2016 or so, and I played a couple different campaigns, a lot of one-offs. But this is the first campaign that's gone, a year at this point, 2 years almost of actual play. So I'm fairly new to D&D in general, which is very apparent in the way I play.
Same
No,
Z's.
well, that's apparent by the D20 behind you on the wall. You're supposed to be rolling dice, not throwing a dart.
That's a good point. The reason I'm really bad at playing D&D is I'm terrible at character creation. So Ingvald Porter Altbier, my character for seasons 1 and 2 is just me. That's all he is. He's an angry little man who throws darts and drinks a lot. And that's literally like my whole life.
100%.
I've got dartboards over both my shoulders and the actual playing board on the wall, and you can see the shelves of liquor. It's literally just I just made me as like I'm just gonna do that. It wasn't a character.
In a former life, I was a dwarf.
Oh
No, not former. Not former.
I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to set it up.
I don't clock in a lot on the height scale. I'm just gonna.
I'm sorry. I always think of you as really short, whether you're playing your character or yourself. Because you're sitting all the time when I see you, so
I'm sitting
I've
because
just
that's
got
when I look
this
the
short
tallest.
image of you.
And even McNasty is short as a half satyr, half halfling.
Yeah, McNastley's 4 foot something. Yeah.
Well, with his horns, maybe.
I play real to me characters because I can't be creative enough to make real.
They're easy to relate to and easy to get into the whole method of it.
I did the same thing, so I can't fault you. If you've listened to Ada's development, that's me in a nutshell. I'm very standoffish. People constantly confuse my RBF for like sheer hatred for them. It's like, no, I'm just focused. I don't know you. I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do and feel you out. So, and that's kind of how Ada has developed. So I get where he's coming from.
Have you ever left an "I'm sorry" card on somebody's windshield? Like if you dinged their car in the parking lot or something?
No.
No.
No, but in real life though, I am very apologetic.
I'm not.
I may not seem like it, but I'm constantly apologizing for shit that is their fault, but I'll apologize for it.
And of the entire crew on our side, I'm the oldest, so I've been gaming for years and years and years. I'm the old timer. So my first video game system was the first video game system. I started playing Dungeons and Dragons with the original blue basic box when I was like 12. So yeah, it's been a few years.
So it's like 1966 or
No, it was late 70s, like 78,
cool.
I think, is when the blue box
Yeah,
came
Blue
out.
Box came out in 78.
78, 79, somewhere around there.
Ooh, yeah. Ding!
I don't Google. I was just making fun of Mike. I don't know.
No, I just know because I lived it.
Yep, I was there.
Yep.
Yeah, got a couple of vets there. All right.
You're the oldest of the crew. I'm the youngest, so I'll make fun of you.
Yep. You're short. I'm old. You're short.
It sounded an awful lot like our
I was
group,
about to
doesn't
say
it?
the same thing.
I'm the youngest of the old men.
Yeah, the one without hair.
It's because I shaved my head. There's hair. It just migrated down my back. There's still plenty of it.
I'm the youngest, and I look like the third oldest, which is the worst part. A little frustrating.
So,
Yeah.
in your opinion, what D&D books belong on everybody's shelf?
Yeah. Personally, I would say the DM's guide. I mean, every player is going to have, the player's handbook or at least access to it. But if you go through the DM's guide, whether you're a DM or not, there's so much of the actual game lore and history and everything about the world that your characters are going to be in, which isn't covered in the player's handbook. So I suggest, to anybody that after they make their character, if they want to really dig into the meat and potatoes of what, the world of Dungeons and Dragons has to offer, I would look into the DM's guide. Whether you ever plan on being a DM or not. It's got all the magic items. It's got everything about traps and all the different planes of existence. It goes into the history of the different ages, and there's just a lot in there. I know Nico kind of favors Volos, but that's just an expansion of pretty much what I was talking about. Takes it to a whole nother level and just digs into, like I said, the meat and potatoes of everything.
I'm a huge fan. When it comes to D&D and Beyond, I bought the One Grung Above book, and that's just my favorite. Just because the Grung are such a stupid character race. Absolutely. How can you beat tiny frogmen? It's delightful.
You get them drunk. That's how you get.
Yeah.
That's how you take care
Or
of
gigantic Frenchmen.
I mentioned no snails here.
Sorry, France.
Like I
And
said,
parts of Canada.
I am one of the reasons we get edited a lot.
Oh, it's fun. They let me shit on San Diego still, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
We've probably insulted at least one movie star
Celebrity.
every episode or celebrity every episode, sometimes several.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it just seems to happen.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking if we ever get to a point where we're getting nationally recognized, which I don't see happening, but you never know. We've been trying to be careful as we go, not to really cross the line on things that are copyright.
Oh no,
Because I know Disney is pretty tenacious on some of their stuff, so
Yeah.
we try to ease up on the Star Wars jokes and.
that episode's not out yet, is it? Though,
What's that?
Spoiler.
is that one out yet? The Disney
No.
episode?
No, but we've made comments about their stuff before. I know the one you're talking about. No, that hasn't come out yet.
That'd be great for our numbers if Disney sued us.
Oh yeah, they've said
Best
bad
thing that could happen.
publicity is still publicity.
Well, if you think about it,
Yes.
Disney is all in Tasha's, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
They got, the Captain America clone, the couple of the others. I can't remember who else I was thinking of at the time. Psylocke.
The Iron Man suit.
The Iron Man suit. So it's all Disney
Robert
now.
Pattinson.
Yep.
He's got to have something to do with Disney. Right? Sparkly vampires, that's a Disney thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, then you have
If not, it will be my next
your kilted barbarian that you love so much. There's Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Yeah.
We're gonna get sued.
I see the doorbell ring and my
Disney
wife
doesn't
going.
like us very much.
I can see my wife going. Why is there a 3-foot mouse with a shotgun in the front door?
Exactly.
So I guess this next question is really for Jess.
Okay.
Being the only girl that's regularly on the show, how is that playing with a bunch of guys? How is that different from if you ever played in any other games? I guess I'm just trying to see where your thought process is and how the guys treat you, if they treat you any differently or or how that works.
Yeah, that works because
that
you had 2 seasons where or 3 seasons where you weren't, or 2 seasons where you weren't participating, and then you were. So did the dynamic change?
No, they were, like I said, I was there from the very beginning when the sound check. I was there for that, and as that developed, there's like just no way to kind of ease my way in at that time. So when they recorded enough episodes and got far enough ahead and went into season 2, then it was time for season 3, and he was like, well, I've already got this world made up. And I was like, if you got a spot, I'm in. Playing with guys has nothing to do with it. I've always been kind of a tom girl. So all my cousins were boys. So it's nothing different than playing with your cousins at family reunions and gatherings and stuff. So it's just a lot of fun. You give each other shit and they gave it to you right back. And it's all fun and games.
Cool.
Everybody's friends around the table. So
That's the way it should be.
We do have a storyline like kind of written down, but none of us as characters know where that's going, and we take it where we want to take it. And I remember in the first couple episodes of the Villains campaign, I would give Hesh shit for trying to approach the lady. I'm like, just back the fuck off, dude. It's none of your business. Being very aloof. And that was just to fuck with him. I'm not that way, but I am, like I said, I kind of am at first. And then I'm just right in your face just as well as you're right in my face. So it's fun.
Yeah,
He's
we don't know what
always
it's like
with
playing with a
consent.
girl. I mean, we spent 40 years we've been playing, and
Still or more.
yeah, still a sausage fest. Can't get a girl on the table.
Maybe
It looks
maybe
like
it was a secret ploy to get more listeners. I don't know. I wasn't in, but it's working. People are listening. People are enjoying it, and it doesn't come up. I've never had anybody ask me like, what's it like playing with these guys? They just hear the story and they know it's good. They don't.
Yeah.
If we need, I'll play a lady next. It's okay.
I'll play a dude. Who cares?
Let's do it.
It's fun.
You'd sound
Season
just
4
like
coming
B.
up.
Arthur from the Golden Girls. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yes.
Nice. That would be funny.
So again, we'll start with Jess with this one, and then we'll work our way around the table.
Okay.
What's the best piece of gaming advice you've ever been given?
That's kind of an unfair question for me. This is literally my first time ever.
So
Playing
somebody
D&D
must have given you some
whatsoever.
advice, or you must have gotten some advice somewhere. So what would be the
well,
best that you've come
Sir
across?
Thaddeus Treble Clock has been my kind of guide or counselor, whatever you want to say, helping me develop my characters. He actually wrote my backstory for my character, so big props to him. And I went with it. Best advice I can give if you're playing with people like us, we don't care. We'll let it fly if it sounds good. Just be yourself. It's the biggest thing I can give people.
Well said.
Probably the best advice I've ever been given is to just enjoy yourself. Like, not to take it too seriously. Like I said earlier, it's just, there's no reason to make a game hard. Just enjoy yourself. Have fun. It's D&D. D&D is all about enjoying yourself and not involving the real world or escaping for a little while. That's
We
always
bring
the
it
best
in.
advice I was given. We bring it in at funny levels. Like the kind of depressing kind, but still hilarious. It's always been the advice I follow, is just enjoy yourself and play the game, not take it too
Yeah.
seriously.
Absolutely.
I like to stay relaxed
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Yes, relax. That's the biggest thing. Nerves hit me so bad, especially rolling the dice for the first time. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I have no clue. And they're like, okay, you need to roll this die, add your proficiency bonus. Say what now? What are you talking about? I'm like all over the sheet. So there for a while, I had to have my sheet right in front of me at all times because I knew where things were. And
Oh, sheet.
yeah, the sheet. I knew exactly where it was. And now I've been playing with the D&D Beyond app, and that's just made it easier too. So relax is a big one.
D&D Beyond is a godsend.
Yeah. Very handy. Very good
It is
tool.
very handy.
Cha-ching. Sponsor. us.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were cha-chinging the handy joke. I was like, no, none of that.
That's not the money shot.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what vulgarity level you guys allow, but we're crossing it at some point.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no. We haven't even got close yet.
Ah, That's a challenge more than a warning.
Underachiever. Step it up a notch.
You have no idea how true that was.
I have an idea.
But yeah, if I had to give anybody advice or any of the advice that I picked up along the way, is at the end of the day, it's a game, and games are meant to be fun. It's something that you enjoy, and it's not your work day. It's not this family stress. It's not all this. It's a way to, like you said, escape, and be somebody else, do something else. Just like with books or movies or anything, it's that whole escapism part of it that's always been appealing. So, and I always just advise people to have fun with it. If it becomes stressful, if it becomes a point of contention with other people, then something you've gone sideways on something.
Spoken like a true old timer.
Yep.
I love it.
So now
You're old.
So here's the big question. Who would play your character in A Fool's Quest, the movie? Comedians only.
I'd have to go with Mark Normand, personally. Only because his dry sense of humor I find delightful. And of course, we'd have to shave the hair and grow a beard. Probably infeasible. But Mark Normand is a delight. Or Danny DeVito, because I did the
I
whole
was
Seder.
just about to say Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the whole I'm short, fat, and bald Danny.
Yeah, if you could get a 30-year-old Danny DeVito, that'd be great.
Yeah. More like, I'm not pale enough right now, but Danny DeVito mid-penguin stage? Probably. Danny DeVito or Mark Normand for me personally.
Well, actually, Danny DeVito would work if we just went an animated feature. So,
Yes,
yeah, that'd work.
if you can just do the whole Seder thing again, it'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, he's even got a body of work to support that.
He's got a body that needs work. That's fair.
Yeah, fair. Ding.
There's your celebrity offense.
There you go.
There you go.
And it's only the second time we beat on him.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, but we beat
I
on him
knew I could
before.
work one- I knew I could work one in. I was waiting on it.
Yeah.
Well, if he's not available, you can stand in Joe Pesci, too. So.
There you
That's
go.
fair. That's fair.
I don't think he's doing anything right now.
Yeah, right now he's not doing anything. So.
Getting old, counting his money.
Yep.
Yep. Collecting those royalty checks from Goodfellas.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So, Jess, who would you pick?
At the time that we got the questions, I couldn't think of a comedian that would play me, but I did come up with Macklemore. He's funny.
Yeah.
If you watch his videos, he's hilarious. He's even got a song called the Penis Song. I mean, come on, hilarious. But now that I'm thinking about it, Eliza Schlesinger she's oh my god, the way she changes her tone and says some things, her body language, she's very animated when she speaks. She just wants to make people laugh, no matter whether it's what she says, the look on her face, or the motion she makes. She doesn't care. She wants to make people laugh. And I feel like that I love to make people laugh. And so, yeah, I think she'd have to dye her hair brown, but,
Who's the kind of scary girl from Parks and Rec?
Amy Poehler or Aubrey Plaza.
That one.
Yeah. Yep. I can see that one too.
Not just because she's a comedian, but I think she's funny and terrifying at times.
You realize everybody playing the home game is just wearing Google out right now, trying to find out who all these people are.
Well, give him something else to look at besides porn.
Wait, go back. What did she say?
Why do you think my Twitter is so inactive? I don't want to get tweeted about this. There are people telling me I'm fucking wrong.
Oh, you're good.
I just
I
can't.
don't think so.
And for me, I think if I had to pick a comedian, I would pick Hal Sparks. If you've ever watched his show Charmageddon, there's aspects of his wit and demeanor that are very Mel Fader.
I have no clue who the fuck that is.
Hal Sparks.
Google him up.
Go to YouTube. Yep,
There's a
Google,
link.
YouTube.
It's
Whatever.
on
There you go.
YouTube right now.
I wrote this stuff in chat literally 3 months ago. Come on.
Yep.
Well, just
Sorry, I'm sorry about Mel Fader. I can't agree. He's from Ohio. Fortunately enough.
well, with that said, I'm also going to ask Bill and Scott the same question.
Ooh,
Melissa McCarthy.
Yes.
awesome.
That's who would play any of my characters in whatever movie we did, or me.
The silence is killing us.
Like in my biography movie, because why wouldn't I have one, right?
Right.
Melissa McCarthy,
That's awesome.
definitely. She would have to shave her head and grow a goatee, and I don't think the goatee thing would be a problem.
Well, after saving her head, she would have a little left over. I'm sure
Yeah.
the makeup
Yeah,
guy
it
could
just-
do something there.
Wow. Never even gave it any consideration.
I know.
Busey comes to mind.
Oh,
But
nice.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
And I can see
The
that
studio
too.
himself.
That would have to be post-traumatic brain injury, Gary Busey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, have to be.
I don't know. The way I slur and sometimes screw up on the lines. And
Especially if he keeps drinking that bottle. It'll be
yeah,
like
I got
that.
shut off one time during one of the podcasts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they took the bottle away from me. That was a horror. That was an editing
You ran
nightmare
out.
for poor Lou had an editing nightmare.
Yeah, I introduced
man.
Bill to a bottle of Toki,
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
and he liked
A
it
lot.
a lot,
Like half the
Yeah.
bottle a lot.
Yeah.
in an hour.
Oh,
Oh, man.
no.
Oh, well, I'm a whiskey drinker, so once I like this, and dink, 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 and they're like,
Yep.
oh, he's slurring his words. They took the bottle. There wasn't much left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had to cut consumption during podcasts a few times. I'm like, I think I'm already drunk.
Weak consumption
like-
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple nights we left Wes on the couch and everybody went home.
Yeah.
Well, it's
I got
better
a
that than the curb, I guess.
I got a little too. It's usually when I'm playing Ingvald, I get a little too into character. I also get drunk, and it just goes bad.
Method acting
I-
at its finest.
I am not magically able to consume alcohol like he is, so this is not good.
Turnabout's fair play. Lou, who would you play? Or who would be playing you?
Michael Pena,
Yeah.
the guy who played
Yes.
then from Ant-Man.
Okay, now I know.
Michael.
This.
Yeah, Michael Pena.
Michael
yeah.
Pena, yeah.
Michael Pena.
No,
I like it.
yeah,
I like that one.
yeah. We'd have to gray him
Nice.
up a little bit.
Yeah, well,
Not too much.
You'd have to
Spray
put
paint.
on about 40 pounds, but I think afterwards, yeah, Michael Pena.
Yep.
I'm happy someone said it. I wasn't going to go.
You know, Michael Pena, Melissa McCarthy, and post TBI Gary Busey. That's a fine cast right there.
there you go.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a B
Yeah,
movie in the making.
I'd pay money to watch that show.
I would too.
Be a hot mess.
Yeah, right?
That's what we would
Hot
call
mess.
it.
That sounds like a Tumblr shit post.
Like a Reddit shower thought.
Maybe a nightmare I had once. Who knows?
You're still short.
So, if you had someone following you around all the time, what would you have them do?
Oh, I just have him play theme music all the time. For no reason other than to annoy everyone around me with my theme music.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Really an aggressive just situation at all times.
In your face. This is happening. You're not
On a
gonna-
kazoo.
Middle of meeting. I have
Kazoo.
like a meeting every 2 days. Manager meetings, I'd still have them in the background. Whenever I have a conversation topic, spike in the music. It'd be perfect.
And the best thing is you have him switch from Anya to Frank Zappa
Yeah.
to
I don't know what the
Metallica.
song would be, but it'd be aggressive.
I would play the Who, the Wolf Totem.
There you go.
That's
Well,
fair.
it's a business meeting, or the Bee Gees, or was it ABBA? Money, money,
Yep.
money. There you go.
If I'm trying to motivate people, it'd be like Overtime by Beckman and Turner.
See, if I had somebody like that, it would just be over the top. It would be that Road Warrior guitar guy from that last Mad film with the wall speakers and the flame coming out of the guitar, just for no reason. Now that's a herald.
That's how you herald, my boy. That's how you herald.
So I guess that leaves you, Jess. What would you have somebody do if they were following you all the time?
I tell him to get fucking lost. Like, seriously. No.
Creep.
If someone followed me
Go
around
away,
all
gosh.
the time, they'd end up with a bloody nose. We'd scrap more than, I swear, siblings I swear, like, no, I don't want people following me.
In some
My
circles,
business,
that's called a
excuse me.
stalker.
Exactly. Creeper alert.
His
Well,
job. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm supposed to.
It would just piss me off.
Yeah, well, when you get our age, you enjoy it.
Who paid you?
Who sent you? Ugh.
So,
Yeah.
my next question would be, how do you see what do you see from your GM as in his DM philosophy? How does he handle the game, and how does he bring that to the table for you guys?
I asked him since he wasn't going to be here tonight, I asked him on the chat earlier what he did, and basically what he described was what we all knew. He DMs a lot like Stephen King writes, where he'll have the beginning, he'll have the ending, and he'll have his characters, and then just throw them into a situation and let them go with it. He doesn't really railroad right or left. He may nudge in certain directions, and as a group we're pretty notorious for derailing. But
Hey, I like
tend to-
shopping.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
showering.
So, he likes shopping so much that Nico has actually got a shop list for every town that we were going to encounter, written up ahead of time, so he's prepared. He does have the next 2 seasons pretty much kind of written out in a general format, what he'd like to do, the direction he'd like to go. But he's got plenty of wiggle room in there because he knows how we play and how our whole play style and dynamic goes.
That's pretty good. I will say one of my favorite episodes I just listened to, I think maybe a week or 2 ago, was the bar fire scene.
Oh my god.
I can't imagine why that would be your favorite.
Was that the villains one?
Yes,
or?
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. That was fun.
Explain that to
was-
us a little bit so everybody else can understand, and then everybody can go listen to it.
I just finished
So-
the first season.
Shame on you.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. I've had so many spoilers for you.
He's old. He'll forget.
Yeah, I'll forget by my ride home.
I forget all the time.
Oh, no.
We're constantly showing up to record for game night. I'm like, what the fuck happened last?
That's me.
And then I wait for the party to get the story going because I have no idea where to go from there. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
We
Nico
suck at
gives-
taking notes.
And Nico
Yeah.
gives the fans descriptions, and it's also us at the same time. Like,
Yes.
oh, that's what happened?
this is
Dope.
what happened last
I have
time.
no clue.
Yeah.
So the bar fire was Hesh's big scheme to get all eyes on Gag Me for this fire. He invited a shit ton of college students to a tavern for free beer. Francis invited a bunch of people. And we crowded as many people as we could possibly get in there, and we set the shit on fire. And Rogue Ingvald was here in the sand and left the scene. So, yeah, that was just Seamus just trying to
Yeah.
get Gag Me's reputation to be a little more on
Shitty?
yeah.
Yeah. A
Shady
big
side.
black eye for Gag Me.
No, it was really memorable for me. I'll just leave it at that. Bill and Scott can fill that in later.
Lou likes
See,
fire.
I had no idea what was going on when Seamus was hatching this on the spot. I'm just like, what? I just had to go with it, and yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's called a dick move.
So, you have no idea.
Also, I made a special beer for that bar.
Yep.
And you're disrespectful.
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
we
you did.
wasted all of it.
Crying shame. Should never
Yeah.
waste beer.
Well, the kids enjoyed it for about 5 minutes.
Bold assumption.
So I know Nico's not here, but what does the future of a Fool's Quest hold for everybody in their future seasons?
Shenanigans.
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
But,
Nico has at least 2 more seasons written up for us, and more to come. And a lot of it is just development on our current storylines and working on being even more entertained at this point and having fun.
Yeah.
We have a potential breakaway stories and things added on, so the characters doing their own things or even interacting with each other in a few different cases. obviously, we have 2 bards. We have some other overlapping character styles that would be fun to hang out. So you never know what'll happen there, and potentially some one-shot adaptations. So just getting a one-shot in there and goofing off for a little bit, and not even using our main storyline. You never know. He's got lots of different options written in, and
I'm interested.
It's all about making sure it's enjoyable to listen to, and also incredibly confusing for all of us, because that's when he has the most fun, is when the players have no clue what the hell's going on.
That's the way it should be.
Always.
Yeah.
He sometimes throws things at us where we're like, we just don't know what puzzles do, so thanks.
I'm interested to see where he's going with the Go Deep family.
Yep.
I just want Tim and Terry to be a thing.
Yeah.
Mostly I'm still going to in-game fuck their mom at some point.
It's on his to-do list.
Yeah. Nico's told me no so many times. I'm going to figure it out.
Well, instead of a bucket list, have a fuck it list. That's cool. That works.
Basically, yeah.
I'm a bard now, and I'm not horny for anyone but Tim and Terry's mom. It's going to happen. It's just
For no real reason, just to mess with Nico.
Yep, only because I want to make his story not work.
I feel right at home with this group.
Yeah, that sounds. You say it's a dick move. We call it a Lou move.
Same thing.
Direct player to DM combat. That's all that's happening.
Yep. That'll be fun.
And that's our episode with The Fool's Quest. You can find them on Apple Podcasts as well as a host of other platforms. New episodes drop every Friday, and every episode is under 1 hour. You can find them over on Facebook at facebook.com/A Fool's Quest, on the web at www.afoolsquest.com. Thanks again, guys, for joining us. It was a great time.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Oh, thank you for having us. And you guys come back and check out Dungeon Masters Dojo.
See you next time in the dojo, guys.
See you next time.
That's going to conclude this episode. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Please subscribe to the podcast for more great content. If you'd like to hear a particular topic, you can reach us on Facebook at the Dungeon Masters Dojo, or you can drop us an email at thedungeonmastersdojo@gmail.com. Thank you, and have a good day.